Let's dive into one of the most maddening patterns that we all face. It's this invisible ceiling that just seems to stop us in our tracks right when we're about to achieve something amazing. Now, most people just chalk it up to bad luck, but it's not. It's actually something way more predictable, and I promise you, once you see it, you will never be able to unsee it.
I mean, really think about this for a second. You know the feeling, right? That huge project you've been working on is finally getting traction. Or maybe you're in a new relationship and it feels incredible. You've hit a new goal at the gym. Everything is just clicking. And then, out of nowhere,
bam! Suddenly, you're putting off the one critical task you need to finish. Or you pick a fight with your partner over something completely ridiculous. Or that old familiar wave of anxiety just crashes over you for no reason. And before you even know what happened, all that amazing momentum, it's just gone. It feels like you somehow managed to mess it all up right at the finish line.
but this isn't bad luck. No way. It's not a curse. It's not the universe being against you. This is a predictable internal system. Think of it as a hidden psychological mechanism that's been running in the background of your mind your whole life. And today, we're going to drag it out into the light.
So, to really get a handle on what this thing is, we need a really powerful metaphor. And this one is perfect. Let's call it your mental thermostat.
So, you know how the thermostat in your house works, right? You set it to a comfortable temperature. If the room gets too hot, the AC kicks on to cool it down. If it gets too cold, the heat fires up. Well, your mind has the exact same kind of system. But it's not set for temperature. Oh no. It's set for a very specific level of happiness, success, income, even love. And the second you start to go above that preset level, your brain's internal air conditioner kicks on and does whatever it can to bring you back down to what feels familiar. And here's the kicker. Familiar isn't always good. This whole phenomenon, well, it has a name. It's called the upper limit problem. It is that deep, subconscious, almost automatic reflex to slam on the brakes or mess things up the moment we start flying higher than our internal programming says we're allowed to. So the big question is, where does this upper limit even come from? Why is it set so low for so many of us? Well, it turns out it's usually programmed by 4 specific and totally invisible beliefs that we picked up a long, long time ago.
This one. This is the big one. It's the bedrock of almost every upper limit out there. It's that nagging, deep-seated feeling that, at your very core, you're somehow flawed, broken, or just not good enough.
Maybe you had a parent who was super critical, or a teacher who made you feel small, or you just grew up constantly comparing yourself to others. Your brain took all that data and formed a core identity around that feeling of being inadequate. So what happens when real, actual success shows up in your life? Well, your subconscious basically freaks out, because this new success doesn't match the old story, and it will do anything to drag you back to that familiar, even if it's painful, feeling of not good enough.
The second hidden belief is all about our relationships. It's a social fear. It's the worry that if we become too successful, we'll leave our friends and family behind, or they'll become jealous, or we just won't belong anymore.
It's like you signed this secret, invisible loyalty contract when you were younger, promising that you would never outshine the people you care about. So you hold yourself back, not because you're lazy or unmotivated, but out of this deep but totally misguided need to fit in. This is the one that keeps so many brilliant people playing small their entire lives.
This one loves to pop up when good things happen, especially if they feel kind of sudden or too easy. A wave of guilt just washes over you and you start thinking, who am I to have this? I don't really deserve it.
Now think about how wild this is. Your mind genuinely finds the feeling of guilt safer than the feeling of joy and expansion. So it pushes away the opportunity, it sabotages the good fortune, because going back to what it knows, even if that's feeling unworthy, is more comfortable than stepping into a bigger, better version of your life.
And finally, the fourth belief. This is the one that frames success itself as a giant burden. It's the idea that being successful is just inherently stressful, it's complicated, and it's probably going to make you unhappy in the end.
You've heard this saying a million times, right? More money, more problems. Our brains hear these messages over and over, and they create a very simple, very powerful, and very wrong equation. Success equals danger. And what's your brain's number one job? To keep you safe. So of course it's going to steer you away from something it sees as a threat, even if it's the very thing you consciously want more than anything.
Okay, so that's the problem. And yeah, it sounds deep and subconscious and kind of scary. But here's the good news, the really good news. You can absolutely 100% break through it.
And the tools to do it are way simpler than you might think.
The whole game is about awareness. It's about catching yourself in the act. So the next time something amazing happens and you suddenly feel that weird spike of anxiety or that urge to start a fight or to just scroll on your phone for 3 hours, that's the signal. So step 1, just notice it. Step 2, pause. Don't act on the feeling. Just stop. And then step 3, recognize it for what it is. Literally say to yourself, oh, there it is. That's just my upper limit trying to pull me back down. Seriously, the simple act of naming it just drains it of all its power.
Okay, so once you've spotted the pattern, you need to flip the script. And you do it with this incredibly powerful question. Instead of letting that fear and anxiety pull you backwards, you ask, how can things get even better than this? What this does is it shifts your brain out of fear mode and into a mode of curiosity and possibility. It tells your subconscious mind, hey, not only is this new level of success safe, but I'm actually ready for more.
Now, to really rewire that old, faulty programming, you can start using a daily mantra. And this one is gold. I expand in love, success, and abundance every day, and I inspire those around me to do the same. It's so powerful because that last part completely dismantles that old loyalty contract we talked about. It reframes your success not as a threat to others, but as an inspiration. And when your brain starts to believe that your success actually helps everyone around you, that internal resistance just starts to melt away.
So what's the point of all this? What's on the other side of breaking through that upper limit? It's not just about getting more stuff or hitting bigger goals. It's about getting to a place where your life and your work feel effortless, energizing. It's about learning to live in what some people call your genius zone.
Let's just look at this breakdown real quick. We all operate in these 4 zones. The zone of incompetence, we know what that is, stuff we're bad at. The zone of competence, things we do okay. Now, a lot of successful people get stuck here, in the zone of excellence. They're very, very good at what they do, they get paid well, they get praise, but deep down it can feel like a golden cage. The real goal is that last one, the zone of genius. That's that magical place where your unique, natural talent meets your greatest passion. It's where work doesn't feel like work. And that is the exact place your upper limit problem is terrified of you reaching.
So when it all comes down to it, the biggest thing holding you back in life, it isn't your job or the economy or your past. The biggest barrier is that invisible ceiling that you unconsciously have placed on yourself. But the amazing thing is, the moment you can see it, you gain the power to smash right through it.
And that really just leaves us all with a choice. The next time you feel that pull, that familiar anxiety, that self-doubt, that urge to procrastinate, you now know exactly what it is. It's not a stop sign. It's a doorway to your next level. So what are you going to do? Are you going to retreat back into what's comfortable and familiar? Or are you going to take a deep breath and expand into your genius?